Halli, hallo, hallöchen Leute, willkommen wieder zurück zu Honkai Star Rail. Und wir gehen jetzt wieder in unser Zimmer und erteilen Danhang Bericht. Oh, er sieht so aus, als würde es ihm gut gehen. Ja, Danhang, was sollte dem denn schon fehlen? Reden wir mal mit dem Guten. Lange nicht gesehen. Feinon hat mir erzählt, was passiert ist. Du hast viel durchgemacht. Nein, überhaupt nicht. Es ist alles im Dienste des Trailblaze. Das Leben ist voller Herausforderungen. Mein lieber Freund, ich habe dich so sehr vermisst. Anscheinend hast du dir die Dinge sehr zu Herzen genommen. Was hast du so gemacht, während ich fort war? Ich habe Aufzeichnungen katalogisiert. Außerdem habe ich Hyacinth um etwas Forschungsmaterial aus dem Heigen gebeten. Ich habe etwas Interessantes entdeckt. Erinnerst du dich noch, dass der Himmel über Amphoreus von einem Titanen abgeschottet wurde? Durch Aquelias Anwesenheit wird diese Welt von den übrigen Welten hinter dem Himmel isoliert. Offenbar waren Hyacinths Vorfahren die Himmelspriester, die Aquelia anbeteten. Vielleicht kann sie uns mehr Hinweise geben, um einen Weg zurück zum Astral-Express zu finden. In den letzten Tagen ist nichts Ungewöhnliches in der heiligen Stadt passiert. Ich musste auch mit niemandem sprechen. Irgendwie war es schön, etwas Zeit für mich zu haben. Warte nur ab. Deine schöne Zeit wird bald vorbei sein. Furchtbar, ich hätte hierbleiben und Dokumente mit dir ordnen sollen. Auf keinen Fall. Das klingt voll langweilig. Nach dem, was am Heim passiert ist, wird es in den nächsten Tagen bestimmt Unruhe geben. Wir sollten uns erst einmal ausruhen. Du hast dich doch schon genug ausgeruht. Du siehst erschöpft aus. Du solltest ein wenig schlafen, bevor wir morgen aufbrechen. Ach übrigens, mir sind ein paar Gerüchte zu Ohren gekommen. Falls du ein wenig umherspazieren willst, würde ich dir raten, das heiße Bad zu meiden. Warum? Hä? Sag doch, warum? Oh, wir sind jetzt mit Tribi unterwegs. Vor einiger Zeit im Marmorpalast.
Trian?
What's wrong? Is there trouble at the Grove?
Yes, I sensed something. It was fleeting, but very strong. It feels Trian used the Century Gate again.
Can you see what's actually happening?
No, it's fuzzy like always. But the enemy's aura has disappeared.
Let's hope that it's just a false alarm. We should place our trust in her. They will keep Trian safe.
Peggy, you're talking like we are little kids. One
Seid ihr
day,
ja auch.
Trian will reach her limit, and Trebi will take on the role of gatekeeper from her. We are all aware of that. I am just a little concerned about her state of mind. Trian was already unable to speak. If you want to say a proper goodbye at the very least.
I will pray with you.
Thanks. And Aggie, it looks like we will need you to come with us to the baths. It feels like neither of us have laughed for a long while. It's time to head out with the West Wind.
Na gut, dann, Figuren, Teamformation. Wenn wir Tribi spielen, dann spielen wir sie einfach mal. Hä? Komm! Achso, Dreieck. Ich vergesse das immer, ich will immer den Kreuzknopf drücken. So, da ist sie. Interessante Rakete.
Numbers.
Naja. Und Trian stirbt?
There's really
Oder liegt im Sterben? Das ist...
Has it always been like this?
Ah, jetzt sind wir endlich mal mit einem Loli-Charakter in den Bädern. Mal gucken, wie das aussehen wird. Ah nein! Da kommt eine Zwischensequenz. Na, nicht so spektakulär, wie ich dachte. Boah, ich kann ihre Spezialfähigkeit gar nicht einsetzen. Boah, das sieht geil aus. Oh, geil. Wie sieht die Spezialattacke aus? Nicht wirklich spektakulär, aber cool.
What happened here?
What? Watch out! For the Cremnoan. This is...
Aggie, now's not the time to dwell on that. Let's help the injured people.
Excuse me, coming through. Oh, you two are here as well. That's a relief.
Even the Twilight Courtyard is involved? What in the world happened?
I actually just came to relax. But as soon as I got here, I saw all. I've examined them, and they don't seem to be seriously ill. It feels like
Multiple individuals fainting simultaneously from the hot pool steam? Where is the manager of the bar?
he disappeared, and no one knows where he's gone to. Some people have been saying that the Kremnoans are behind this.
Let these people rest. The two of you, please come with me.
Have you thought of something, Aggie?
Yes. While their intentions elude me, it's time to bring... I heard it's the Kremnoan.
So. Gut. Zähnen. Du hast auch mal wieder Screentime.
The culprit is Mydeis.
See? What did you do to everybody?
It's just another duel where I claimed victory.
WTF, was?
As I expected. On the surface, these two are the mightiest warriors in the Holy City, but they're still impulsive. Speak up, Mighty. Tell us exactly what kind of foolishness you and Feinen indulged in.
Vor einer Weile? Die haben sich geprügelt? Na, mein Freund, bist du bald wieder auf den Beinen? Sieg und Niederlage sind Teil des Lebens eines Kriegers. Davon darf man sich nicht unterkriegen lassen. Wie wär's mit deinem Bart, um neue Energie zu tanken, Kumpel? Also das mittlere passt am besten zum Mayday.
No, none of those sound right.
Okay. Kopf hoch. Es warten noch größere Dinge auf dich. Wollen wir was trinken gehen, Kumpel? Wenn du willst, können wir darüber reden. Passt eigentlich auch gar nicht zu ihm. Als Freund würde ich das Unterste nehmen.
Forget it.
Wie ich sehe, bist du immer noch gesund und munter. Löser.
Am I seeing things? Is the magnificent deliverer finally deigning to What kind of response is that?
Nothing. I was just imitating your usual response. I don't feel anything special from you. Have you passed the demigod trial?
The ritual hasn't reopened yet. In case you forgot, it hasn't been that long since
I didn't forget.
Then, you're welcome.
In twilight's last gleam, Makima stands bold. From walls sturdy, tales untold. Dreaming of her fruitful gardens, pilgrims arrive from distant lands. Figs and olive. Yet little do they know that they will step into flames, fuel to the fire.
What are you playing at this time?
I just felt like reciting a few lines of poetry. Surely the Crown Prince of Kremnos knows how to appreciate.
Kremnoans steer clear of such weak literature.
But these lines express the poet's yearning for their home. Just as
I know how to interpret poetry, Haikis.
There's no point in pretending to be profound, my friend. Thank you for helping me out when I was in a tight spot.
Don't compare your situation with mine. My people are still relying on me. I can't ascend to godhood on my own.
So, are you suggesting that you, the mighty Mydeis, and the heir to the throne of Kremnos, wish to defy tradition that has endured among...
I'm still thinking about what I should do.
Never mind. It's probably not my place to offer you counsel. An idea does strike me, though.
Go ahead. Let's see what terrible ideas you've come up with.
Maybe we both need to relieve some stress. Come, Mydeis, let's wreak it this time. We'll see who can stay in the super hot bath for longer. What? Are you chickening out?
The phrase chickening out does not exist in the Kremnoan language. I just find this situation absurd. that's all. All-knowing historian, are you not aware? Looks like I'll have to teach you some royal etiquette today.
And thus, an unprecedented sauna battle commences!
Oh, Heiland.
Paralleled resolve. The two warriors' determination even alters the very hue of the steam. Flames intertwine with scalding vapor, reaching towards. Since we can't see what's happening in the competition, why don't I regale you with it? Do you recall the legend of the Gorgo lion mentioned by a certain veteran? The central figure, the main character. Long before the dawn of Era Chrysia, the two beasts started their timeless battle on the plains of Tritos. The lion regarded the oryx as its food, while the oryx perceived the lion as a scornful, oppressive. For tens of thousands of years, without respite, the two creatures thus continued. It fixated on its rival's fleeing form. It set its sights on the other's neck. It was stuck in a corner. It had nowhere to it. On the land of Amphoreus, some lives meet their end at dusk, some at dawn, and yet others. And at last, the most scorching moment of the day descended upon them.
My lords, would you like me to reduce the temperature a little?
Warum haben sie eigentlich ihre Sachen noch an?
What? You're chickening out already?
Get lost.
Are you asking me to get lost, or...
Do whatever.
Oh, please forgive my presumptuousness, my lords.
What a spectacle of folly.
This is what you get for daring to challenge a Kremnoan without understanding your own place.
What I'm saying is, your little game dragged down quite a few innocent souls alongside you.
Mit in den Abgrund gerissen.
Personally escort back home the customers left awestruck by our formidable presence.
This isn't fair. You are wearing way less than I am.
Is this the latest trend now? Getting into the baths while dressed in full armor?
Don't look at me like that. It was he who challenged me. There is no word for food.
Very well. Let us bring this farce to a close, shall we? Warriors.
Als sie sich erholt hatten, begleiteten Feiner und Mydeis die ohnmächtig gewordenen Badenden weg. Ja, das haben die sich auch verdient. Dieses Mal siegte Feiner knapp mit einer beeindruckenden Ergebnis von 27 zu 25 sicheren Eskortierungen.
The flame chase journey is destined to be a lengthy one, replete with
But thanks to those two, all the gloom has vanished into thin air. Oh, we just had quite the commotion. It's not every day we find the Marmorial Palace this serene. Shall we continue with our previous plans?
Such an empty bath is indeed a rare sight. I was looking forward to unwinding after work. I'd be delighted to accept your invitation, Lady Treeby.
How about we go to the biggest bath?
Also, sie wollen immer noch ins Badehaus. Na gut.
Let me check. The water temperature feels just perfect.
So, how is the feeling of having the entire bath to yourselves?
It's so good.
Ach, hier wird das jetzt gezeigt, aber bei den Männern nicht. Ja, typisch.
But Lady Treeby, aren't you going to soak in the bath with us?
We will have to pass. After all, we've become children.
Please understand that she can no longer endure the heat of this pool due to the blessings of Yanis.
Oh,
Are you curious about us, Hyacinth?
I am, but something tells me that it might be better to...
Don't get all nervous. It's not something we can't discuss. The truth is, a long then, because of reasons, we inherited Gannis's divinity and gained the power, and in return, the price we had to pay was the splitting of our soul.
Each opening of the Century Gate intensifies the strain on Treeby and the others. They are gradually regressing towards infancy, both in body and mind.
Ah, scheiße.
We don't know what awaits us at the end either, but anyway, that's why we've turned into children.
In that case, when you opened that giant sentry gate above Akuma during the battle against...
Well, there's no way around it. We all know that the flame chase journey won't be a smooth ride.
Maybe we can find a way to fix it. The primary research focus of Moose Forests is the soul. We explore its depletion and methods to restore dispersed souls. We will do everything we can.
So your first reaction is in fact denial. Yeah. I look forward to your good news, Hyacinth.
Now there's another reason to look forward to...
Lady Treeby, what's wrong?
Something's off. It's that strong feeling again. Is it Trian? Wait, no. It's not Trian this time. It's Trinan. Trinan is in danger.
Was? Wo ist sie überhaupt? Währenddessen? Ja, währenddessen wo?
I win this round of escorting the bathers home.
How does one contender alone make a valid competition?
Offering a compliment or two wouldn't be the end of you, you know. What is that word? Is that your native tongue?
It means hyena. I'm likening you to a weak hyena. By the way, you emphasize the completely wrong syllable.
Though we've been acquainted for some time, I have rarely heard you talk in the ancient tongue of Kremnos.
It's because I'm not exactly a master at it either. I can listen and read just fine.
You can write?
Das war ein fieser Diss.
You speak as if you don't have a brain.
That was in jest. I understand. After all, you spent all your childhood wandering.
Worry about yourself first, Deliverer. You also never mention your hometown, apart from when you need to introduce.
Well, it's because there isn't much to say. Mydeis Elysiae is simply a tiny village that disappeared many years ago. The only times I get to see it are in my dreams, and in the trial from the Lance of Fury.
I knew it.
Yes, I saw it all. Mydeis Elysiae ablaze with everyone. My family, friends, a blood-red half-sun hung in the sky, just like on that day. And before killed Cyrene. But I saw its form this time. A black cloak, an eerie mask, and a broken giant sword that carried an ominous aura.
Ah, der Ritter, den wir gesehen haben. Oh, Heiland.
I fought it in the trial. But even though I've been fighting, improving, and resolutely getting strong...
You were blinded by hatred, and almost lost yourself in that trial.
That's right. And that's why I am truly thankful to you, Mydeis.
You finally picked up some manners. Better late than never.
Then what about you, Mighty? What did you see in that trial?
There is no word for fear in the Kremnoan language.
Ah, komm. Du hast gesagt, dass du Angst hattest.
I'm getting the feeling that your language has no words at all.
But to answer your question, I saw Akuma in the trial. As well as... My old comrades. Hephaestion. Perdiccas. Ionius. Ptolemy. We faced life and death together during our days in exile. Those 10 years were arduous, yet filled with moments worth treasuring. The wind in the wilds of Amphoreus smelled like rust. Hephaestion would always tease me about adding goat milk to the honey brew, claiming I ruined the blood-red color of the drink. He had a scrawny figure. It was a relentless force. Perdiccas was an expert in concocting medicines, delving into all those strange folk remedies. Ptolemy was a real bookworm, always spouting off in chapters and verses. When we left Kremnos, he made off with a stack of ancient tomes from the Grand Library. Not like it mattered, as my family owns the library. And then there was Possesta.
This is the first time I've heard you mention these 5.
They died on the battlefield before the Kremnoan detachment managed to join Akuma. Perdiccas was the first to go. He was shot in the stomach by a poisonous arrow from the people of Ladon. The second...
Mydeis, do not mourn.
Leonius died in the 5th winter. Idonia's snowstorm lasted 3 full months.
Idonia? Is that the city castle?
Yes. Ocelots were as fearless as Kremnoans in the face of death. They cornered us in a bottomless swamp. Leonius covered for our retreat.
This is perfect. Mydeis, I can finally deliver the...
20 dusks later, we finally breached the walls of Idonia and entertained the usurper's plea for peace. However, Ptolemy and his cavalry met their end before they could even relish our triumph. Those obelisks that...
Mydeis, please, tell my family.
Then, it was Possesta. He lured the enemies into the city of Aenionis with his melodies, buying us invaluable. Our enemies, consumed by indignation when they discovered the trick, set the entire city and my soldiers on fire. His final words were recorded on a small clay tablet.
Mydeis, don the crown.
And at last, my most trusted friend, Hephaestion. He was supposed to stand by my side through it all. He hid his condition from me. By the time I returned victorious, he had but a breath left.
A Kremnoan dying on a sickbed. I would be a laughingstock to everyone.
Hephaestion, my dear friend, spare your strength.
No need. Even if Perdiccas were here, he couldn't stop destiny from taking me away.
No!
Mydeis, our king, do not shed tears for me. It's not befitting of your status. Farewell, my dear friend.
What a grave trial indeed. Now I understand why you see immortality as a defect.
My father threw me into the sea of souls to break the wheel of karma. But little did he realize it would grant me an immortal body and summon a fated revenge. Following his demise, I considered leading my people back to our homeland. Kremnos had already turned it into a wasteland. Only darkness and insanity thrived there. Against the dissent of many, Kratos included. I made the Kremnoan detachment stay in Akuma. But I know that their glory will never be doused out. The instant of strife shall inevitably arrive.
If you take over Nikedor, then you must begin the journey back to your homeland. So you hesitate because you think leaving your people in the Holy
I don't know, but I have never been crowned. Those 5 were never endowed with any titles.
Your predicament is truly complicated. I don't know how I can give you any useful advice. Maybe you could seek counsel from more people, such as... And that teacher of yours, Krateros?
Dee, we've got a big problem! Big problem!
Lady Tribby, what's making you so flustered?
Hurry up and go save Trina! She got abducted by Krateros!
Was?
Krateros! What's going on?
Mydeis. It seems I was the one who exposed my vulnerabilities first.
Aglaya, I demand an explanation.
This man abducted Trinan by force and forced her to bring him to the vortex of Genesis. He then brazenly stepped into the trial of the Lance of Fury, and naturally failed.
Oh Mann. Also, wollte es schnell beenden, aber hat es nicht geschafft.
Is she telling the truth? Why did you do that?
Because I don't want to wait anymore. Your hesitation made me desperate. If you want to run away from your destiny to become king, then keep running. Someone will eventually stand up and fill in the gap left by strife. Then they will...
Age has blinded you, teacher. Can't you see that I'm hesitating because of this very recklessness seared into your...
Krateros, do you truly believe you're worthy of entering the trial? To blaspheme against the prophet? Does the mission we Chrysos heirs bear seem like child's play to you?
Do you know how the Kremnoans see you, Aglaya? You're a hypocrite and a megalomaniac. The prophecy of Genesis and the Flame Chase journey are just excuses.
Silence, Krateros. Do you even know what you're saying?
Are you defending this woman, Mydeis? How many wars did people start because of her and her so-called prophecy? How many cities fell in the past millennium? Their people matter. Even if this so-called Genesis really exists, will there be a place for the Kremnoans in that new world?
Are you done talking? By agreement between the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders, those who trespass upon the vortex of Genesis need not be tried by the Council. I am allowed to pass judgment. Krateros, your actions are unforgivable.
Aggie, wait! We have a proposal! Someone has to resolve this conflict between the cities. Lord Krateros did not use violence to harm us. We can sense that his... Please, Aglaya. Hear us out first.
I'm listening.
I'm sorry, Lord Krateros. We were so preoccupied with deciphering the fragments of prophecy that we neglected those of you not favored by its message. We wish to earn your trust, and those of the Kremnoans. I think the best way to do that is to take you to witness the source of the prophecy.
How are you going to show me something that has no...
You've heard about that Outlander, right? She has somehow made a connection with Orynyx, and you will ask for her aid. Tomorrow, at the Abyss of Fate in the Temple of Yanisopolis, we will show you everything from that distant...
A fair proposal. I accept.
Until then, you will be stripped of your freedom. That is my one condition.
It is not the first time I've been made someone else's prisoner. Do as you please, demigod.
Teacher, why did you do that?
Forgive me, young master. Ever since your father died, our people and I have been waiting for a day to revive Kremnos. We played...
This obsession for returning home has become a sickness for our people. Wise as you are.
You have a clear head, which is why you're also incomparably alone. A smart person can only choose to tangle himself. If you're truly capable of leading our people, beyond this blood-stained fate, then prove it just as you did back then.
A fierce fighter. I did not expect such heroism from a feeble Acheron. Fulfill your duty as the victor, and tell me your name. I seek an honorable death from you.
As if you have any honor! Listen closely. I am the leader of the Kremnoan detachment, Mydeis. I'm here to finish you, Father.
It is you, the beast spurned by all. So you did defy death. The prophecy was true. You will bring an end to my Kremnoan dynasty.
Ja, ich melde mich auch mal wieder zu Wort und muss sagen, dass ich die Saarland absolut feier finde. Arias ist.
You're wrong. Death fears me. It's the reason I have this body of steel. As for you, you already stand at death's door, Father. You were the one who threw me into the Sea of Souls. The one who tried in vain to enslave a Titan. And the one who desecrated the body of a god. Hyakis! You're a weak king. So weak that even the lowliest hyena is a more noble existence than you. Now, fate's reckoning is upon you.
Then swing your blade. Take my crown. Coronate yourself with an old king's blood and inherit it all. Become the new rightful king of Kremnos.
No. I don't want the crown. Listen. There's only one end for the kings of Kremnos. Then the crown means nothing to me. All I want is your life. To avenge Mother and my comrades.
But the walls of Kremnos will not fall with me. Do you truly think you can escape fate's grasp, my son? You and I, we're both the same. We feast on strife and fear. Now, kill me! The son of Borgo is destined to be crowned in blood!
Der arme Mydeis, der hat's echt nicht leicht.
He said the Grand Craftsman Cartonus might have some suggestions. Grand Craftsman, how have you been?
King of Kremnos it is. That you would come.
You knew I was coming?
Your matters, I've heard. The path forward you seek. Many questions you have. But before that...
What's this?
A signet ring. For the King of Kremnos. Belonged to your mother. Recast and restore it.
What? Mother threw it into the Sea of Souls.
A long time to fish out it took. Very fortunate we were.
I can hardly imagine how much patience and courage it must have taken to find such a small signet ring in the Sea of Souls.
Gratitude there is no need for. Repayment for saving me, this is. Questions you bring with you. Ask now.
Fate I've always denied. It's finally caught up to me. By all rights, I should accept Strife's authority. It would make everyone happy. The Chrysos heirs, Council of...
Yet hesitate still, you do. Hesitate...
Because of my people. Be they men, women, the elderly, or children. The hearts of all Kremnoans yearn for home. They've all been children of strife would then be able to go home and embrace the old traditions. Never mind that most of them have only ever been heard in these so-called traditions and song.
This is not a good thing, you believe.
The Kremnoans have been trapped in a cycle of bloodshed for the past 1,000 years. They seek vengeance, start wars, become prosperous, and decline. I accept that fate. Become the totem of strife, and lead my people into repeating the same mistakes. Then of course I would be...
A different kind of Kremnoan, you...
Okay, wir sind wieder zurück bei Tribby. Ah ja, sehr viel Dialog gerade, kurze Zeit später in Tribbys Zimmer.
Oh, now what did you dream about, my darling Trebios?
I had a dream that I turned into many me's. Then we made the moon into a ship and made the stars into our sails. Then we floated on the ocean and let the wind blow us in any direction.
Well, that sounds like a lovely dream.
Yeah! The ocean and the sky were really, really dark. But there were so many of me that I wasn't scared. The ocean wind blew us onto an island where the wind tasted like flowers. There were bleating sheep and chirping birds inviting us to be their guests.
Giannis's holy maidens can receive guidance from the god of passages. Perhaps what you saw in your dream is a divine land somewhere in Amphoreus.
You think so?
What's wrong, Trebios? You look unhappy.
Because on that same island, I saw a dark mountain on the mountain looked alive, and it kept getting closer to the island. Then I realized it wasn't a mountain, but a very, very tall wave made of water. When the wave, then there was a bang and I woke.
A dark wave.
Mama, does something that scared...
Yes. Unfortunately, it does exist in Amphoreus. We call it the Black Tide, though it has nothing to do with water. It has no shape or form, but it can swallow up animals, humans, and even
Oh, the Black Tide is a baddie. I don't want everyone to turn into...
Of course, my dear. You only need to behave well and listen to what the adults tell you. Study all the knowledge and etiquette you need. Then the divine Giannis will then give you guidance and help you light the way for the people.
Wow, I'm gonna eat a lot and study a lot and become a holy maiden. But Mama, you said the Black Tide can swallow up Titans too.
If that happens, then the Holy Maiden will have to be the one to guide people on the right path. After all, we are the...
Yeah!
But one person alone is not enough. Once you're older, you'll make a lot of friends. You must do your best to unite them.
Friends? Are they also like me and Mama?
They might not, but they'll certainly be just as smart and kind.
Mama? Am I dreaming?
Don't be silly, dear. Of course you're not dreaming.
What?
Now be a good girl and call your friends over too. Let's play hide and seek, just like we used to, okay? My Trebios is the smartest girl. I'm sure you remember where everyone is.
The voice sounds so far away. I don't remember.
Your friends, who will chase the black tide away alongside you, of course.
Is this from my childhood? I don't remember. Use the spindle to connect everyone.
Warum sind wir denn hier jetzt so plötzlich? Ja, Leute, ich kam jetzt leider in diesem Part hier nicht so zu Wort. Sehr viel Dialog, sehr viel Blabla. Und wir sind immer noch nicht beim Astral Express gewesen. Ja, ich beende dann mal jetzt die Session und wir sehen uns dann morgen. Ich sag dann mal bis dann und ciao.